Let's get this thing going.
Whoop whoop! Joker Series round 3.
Drivers, head to your cars.
Favorites. Here we are on board with Roxanne Wolf, looking back as they get underway with the rolling start here. Looking very nice. Coming across and lights out and away we go, go, go! Great graphics by our very own Salamander. And I see some moves being made further back as Roxanne Wolf is able to maintain the lead coming into this fast right-hander. Will everyone get it slowed down? This was where Mr. Racing was really having trouble. Looks like everyone keeps it on the track as they go too wide in the background between Stiggy and Mr. Racing. Getting awfully racy back there. As you can see, a huge lunge. That's going to be a penalty, but he's able to keep it pointing in the right direction as Mr. Racing gets away with it there, cutting the chicane, and Stiggy with a half-second penalty as they go side by side further up as Josh Moment has made his way up into second place, getting past Fernando B. Mr. Racing runs wide, coming out of Lesmo 2, and that allows Stiggy to take the place. So already an eventful starting lap as Roxanne Wolf now with a almost 1.3 second gap to Josh Moment. Josh Moment not wasting any time, making his way up into P2. Fernando B's going to do his best to try to hold on in that slipstream because he is well within it. Coming into the final turn. This one I found to be quite a lot of fun, but that was where I was chewing up my tires. Try to keep the back end planted. No sliding around. Josh Moment using all of the track there. Little wiggle there from Fernando B. And he is very much in play with Josh Moment as they start lap 2. Now these drivers can start thinking about when they want to run their Joker lap. And look at that, Fernando B just tucked in. I believe that Ferrari's got a little bit more straight line speed than the Aston does, and you can see it there, especially with the slip. But maybe Fernando's going to work with Josh, try to get them up ahead, because Roxanne Wolf is all but checked out with an over 2 second gap to Josh Moment, running smooth as can be.
Yeah, both the BHR teammates, they're working together, getting that slipstream going. You know, like you mentioned, Fernando's got higher top speed with that Ferrari, but pushing Josh along. Josh is still within 1.2 of Roxanne Wolf up there, cutting down that lead while going through the twisty bits.
Indeed, and that has, you can see Josh has picked up the pace there because he has now put a gap on Fernando. It seems like that Aston Martin really planted in the tight twisty bits, as we say. And whereas the Ferrari, as Roxanne Wolf gets a little extra style points, and that's going to bring Josh Moment right into play. And it's good to see Stiggy and Mr. Racing able to keep up even with their off-track excursion and penalty. Everybody keeping it together. Eager to see when these drivers are going to do their Joker lap. For me, I always like to do it on my end lap. Do you have a preferred time you like to do your Joker lap, Sal?
You know, I don't. It's just kind of whenever the opportunity strikes. I mean, you can use that Joker lap as a bit of, you know, a token and use it as some strategy, whether it be to hold up somebody on purpose or to get yourself out of traffic. So it really kind of depends on what the situation is rather than sticking to a particular time. I understand why you say to do it on an in-lap. That makes total sense. I'm usually kind of evaluating the situation to see if it seems like something that's going to be an advantage or not.
Yeah, you know, got to be on your toes. You got to be keeping it together. And I just saw in the chat the proprietor himself, Mr. PHG, Papa's House of Games, in the chat. Papa, it is great to see you, sir. We love seeing you in the chat. It's been great to see you throughout the various streams this week. We love you, and we can't wait for you to get back in the sim rig.
Absolutely. Thanks, Papa, for stopping by. Hoping to see more of you soon.
Roxanne Wolf really able to maintain the lead, keeping Josh Moment at bay at the moment. See what I did there?
I do see what you did there.
Coming in to Parabolica. Keeping it nice and clean. I mean, my back end stepped out everywhere. Like, I was just drifting like crazy. But Roxanne Wolf, very planted player. You know, this is looking a bit like a TK Slobby. All these people are people who are there every week racing with us. So all these drivers have quite a bit of experience racing with each other. I know Roxanne hasn't participated in the PHG or NRL stuff, but they definitely show up. They're a daily race A connoisseur, if you will. As we see Stiggy going purple and all over the back of Fernando B.
Yeah, Stiggy was really using the slipstream on that last straightaway. Got that Corvette up to 200 miles an hour. Normally in the testing, the Corvette can't break that 200 mark on its own, but it is faster in the corners. So getting that slipstream on the straight could make the Corvette, you know, able to keep up with the Ferrari.
I would imagine so. Looks like Mr. Racing did fall off a bit there in the background, so out of the slipstream, but does have the Ferrari with the higher power. Roxanne Wolf still maintaining a really solid gap. We're at the end of lap 4 of 20. 420! And BHR Josh Moment just kind of settling in. Keeping himself comfortable, patiently waiting as he likes to do.
And we'll see, he was about 2 seconds back going into Parabolica. It's like coming out of it, he's closing that gap a little bit, but then we see as the Ferrari is able to just start pulling away. And what Josh needs is a buddy. Yeah, he needs Fernando to be able to catch up and push him along and work together to run Roxanne Wolf down.
Indeed, indeed. And I see C-Dubs hopped into the chat. Welcome, C-Dubs. Thank you for joining us. Fernando B moving. I love the way that Ferrari looks. I know it's not your traditional Ferrari, but man, is it good looking.
It is. It's funny when I was doing the liveries on these cars, when you have the same livery on the Corvette and the Ferrari, they look eerily similar.
Right? It's hard to separate them.
At least from the front. From the rear end, they look totally different. But looking at them from the front, they have that same sleek, kind of sexy look to them.
Yep. Yeah, the back of the I was about to say the back of the Stiggy. The back of the Corvette is definitely more boxy. And the back of the Ferrari, when we were chatting before, and we just had I had it up on my screen, I kept mistaking it for the 4C, the back of the Ferrari. I was like, why are people in the 4C? As we see Mr. Racing, a little less racing and a little more drifting, I see. Good on him to keep it on the track. Oh, man. Got a little bit dirty tires. Careful with the green stuff. And, tragedy.
Off on the Scary.
Unfortunate. Head down, Mr. Racing. It is a long race. As we see Roxanne Wolf maintaining. Look at that, 3 seconds. Oh my goodness, almost 4 seconds now to Josh Moment. So Roxanne, slow and steady, or fast and steady, is winning the race. As Stiggy is taking the Joker lap. And around he goes. It is interesting to do, knocking those cones out of the way. And that, you know what? I like that strategy of Stiggy. He had the penalty and he thought, you know what? Might as well get this over with. I'm on a slow lap anyways.
I was wondering, with Mr. Racing was quite a ways back. I wasn't sure if maybe he took his Joker lap and we just missed it. Or if, or no, he's taking his Joker lap now.
Yeah, after that abysmal lap, might as well get the Joker lap. So 2 drivers now have their Joker lap out of the way. Now it's just head down and race. Roxanne Wolf, BHR Josh Moment, and BHR Fernando B still needing to take their Joker lap. And Fernando B doing a good job hanging on to Josh. You know, I believe Josh and Roxanne Wolf are both on pad. Fernando's on a wheel. It's always interesting to see the advantages, and I do feel, Fernando getting the style points. Let's go. He's got his turn signal on. Is that on purpose? Oh, as Josh Moment goes ahead and goes into the pits. Very interesting from Josh there. He is in the Aston Martin. We got the turn signal on. He is hard on the brakes. Is he going to get it slowed down? Yes, he does. Oh! He hits a cone and goes flying. Hits another cone, goes flying. I love Gran Turismo physics. Look at those cones flying everywhere. He's like, get out of here, cone. I'm taking my Joker lap. Josh Moment came out of the pits, and he is on a fresh set of mediums. So interesting for him to pit so early. I wasn't expecting that, but I guess he felt like that was the right play. Do you think maybe he's going for a medium soft, or do you think he's going to try to make these mediums go the remaining 13 laps?
I would think he's got to be going on a medium soft strategy. Oh, Fernando. What happened to Fernando there? He lost a lot of time.
A lot of time. He did take his Joker lap, which would have slowed him down, but not that much. Let's see if we can see. So he comes out of the chicane, coming into Lesmo 1. Does he just get in too deep? Yeah, he's getting real drifty. You can see the left rear tires just lighting up there. He's going to need to come in and get some fresh tires. That allows Stiggy up into P2. Very nicely done. Josh Moment not too far behind.
Yeah, so Stiggy is going to be able to finish this 7th lap. Still has some wear left on those racing mediums. I'll be anxious to see if there's people that are going to try to run them all the way down, or if Josh is one of those where it's like, hey, once it gets, 2/3 of the way down, it's like, just can't drive it.
Yeah, and Roxanne Wolf just took the Joker lap. So Roxanne has got the Joker taken care of. They just finished that and are now still with a very commanding lead. We see Fernando B going into the pit. So Fernando and Josh have both pitted, and everyone has now... No, has Josh taken the Joker lap yet? He is not, correct?
I don't know if Josh has.
Everyone else has, except for Josh, I believe. Unless
Maybe
we missed it. See, I mean, the battle is on between Stiggy and Josh. Josh getting a much better exit there. Gonna dive up the inside into Lesmo 1 and gets it done before they get to the corner. Runs a little wide. Oh, and he's off the track. That allows Stiggy back ahead. Josh is able to keep it on track. Well done. It's gonna have a little bit dirty tires. Taking it easy through Lesmo 2 and getting back on the throttle. Good save by Josh. Thought he had the move done. Waiting for Stiggy to hold on and fight back.
I didn't see if there was any contact there or if it was just that he overdrove the corner.
I think he overdrove the corner. Being on the inside there, that's a late apex corner. When you're on the inside, you end up getting an earlier apex, which just kind of pushes you out wide and allowing Stiggy to kind of get the switch back there on him. We are on lap 9 of 20, almost at that halfway mark. We've seen 2 pit stops. We've seen 4 Joker laps.
See, Roxanne's really been able to manage those tires. 8 laps in, only halfway down on the left rear medium.
Yeah, unlike Stiggy, whose front left is destroyed. It's interesting how bad the front wear is on the Corvette compared to the Ferrari. The Ferrari, it's the opposite. But that front left is not looking good, and you can see it affecting as he tries to turn in. Having trouble getting that front to bite. And there goes Mr. Racing into the pits in the background. This is going to put Josh on the inside for the chicane, but he is early on the brakes. He's taking it easy. He wants to make those mediums last till the end. Round 2, here we go. Josh on the inside, Stiggy on the outside. Gets it slowed down. Can he keep it on the track? He keeps it on the track this time. Pushing hard. Stiggy there in the background. Nowhere for him to go. He's just going to have to hold on and hope that he can stay in the slipstream. Great move by Josh.
Stiggy got a better exit out of Lesmo 1, but just couldn't. There's not enough space between Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2 to get around unless you really push it with an inside move. Thankfully, we didn't see them get together at all.
Absolutely, and that curb on the inside of Lesmo 2 can upset the car quite a bit, so trying to go up the inside of somebody there is a bit dangerous, but I imagine Stiggy's going to come in and get off those tires because there's just no grip. This right-hander right here is going to be very challenging because that's where you really rely on that front left tire, and oh my goodness, you can see the washout as he fights with the steering, and he decides to stay out for yet another lap.
Yeah, well, this being lap 10, this will be halfway. So if he can make a 10th lap work, he could do it as a one-stopper, whereas Josh appears to be on a two-stop strategy. When Josh taking the Joker lap.
Woo! There we go. That answered our question. Had Josh taken it? No, he had not. Now he has Joker lap check. That is all drivers having taken the Joker. And with all of that, Roxanne Wolf, still with a 23-second lead, has yet to pit. Could see them coming into pit, or could see them extending this stint and potentially go on to the softs.
Yeah, if you can get yourself up to where you can get like 14 laps out of a tire, out of the mediums, typically the softs last about half as long. So if you get 14 or maybe even 13 on the mediums, you can potentially squeeze out 7 on the softs with a lighter fuel load.
Yeah, for sure. In my test, if I was in this race, I was only able to get about eight laps max on the mediums in the Ferrari before I felt like I needed to come in. So my initial strategy was going to be 8-8-4, 2 stints of 8 on the mediums and then 4 on the softs. That's what I was thinking, and that's kind of what I think Josh is doing, and potentially Fernando, because Fernando came in just after him. But Stiggy and Roxanne both having not pitted yet, and there we go, as we suspected. Stiggy getting off those mediums. Ooh, that is some serious tire wear. Going to be interesting there at the end. Fernando B, tires looking great, currently in P4. Gonna get put up into P3. Stiggy's only gonna have to take a splash of fuel. He's at 45%, and we're halfway there, so nice little 10% splash of fuel. Mr. Racing there, how many? 43 seconds back, over a minute off the lead as they had several mishaps in their first stint. But now they've got nice fresh tires, figuring it out. In this first race, hopefully these drivers will want to do a second race, because this is a good experiment. If you're watching and you want to join, you're more than welcome. I did see Metal hopped into the lobby, so we'll get Metal in here for the next race as well. That's good to see. But Roxanne Wolf really putting on a clinic now with a 31-second lead over Josh Moman. It's going to take a miracle. Well, actually, no. It'll take a pit stop for Josh to catch back up, but I don't know.
That's the thing. Roxanne's the only one who hasn't pitted yet, so a lot of that lead will get eaten up when they come into the pits. But if Josh is on a 2-stop strategy, Roxanne's able to do this on 1 stop. Unless there's a major mistake. It's really going to be a battle for P2 and 3 at this point.
Well, and that left rear is making me nervous, because that's getting to the point where it might step out unexpectedly. You know, they've been very, very controlled as they go purple right there. So very controlled. Josh Moman, his tires are looking good, but that front left, yeah, he might be needing to stop again.
Yeah, because he came in, it looks like on lap 6.
Yeah, it was early. It was. I was not expecting it, but yeah.
So it looks like he's been able to manage the tires a lot better on this second stint. I mean, that front left is only not even halfway down yet.
Yeah, and he's not battling as much either. He was doing a lot of battling there at the beginning.
True.
Being nice and smooth. Oh, and there's another penalty for Fernando B. I've got some peppers coming in the mail from Fernando. Ooh, I'm excited. He grows some hot chilies, and So I'm gonna once they show up, I'll do a video of me trying his chilies. I'm excited.
To go back to your tire wear analysis, you know, that's one thing to keep in mind. We saw with the Corvette, it was very much the front left was what you were losing, whereas in the Ferraris we're seeing the left rear.
Yep.
And then it looks like in the Aston we're also seeing the front left. With some of these cars being quite squirrely under braking, you know, having that tire wear on the front tire should be a little bit less of a problem. It does mean you have to go slower through a corner. You got to make sure you don't push wide, you know, on corner exit or something like that, but at least you don't have to worry about that snap, you know, under braking or that snap come around on acceleration either. So,
yeah.
You know, both of those cars might be a little bit easier to drive than the Ferrari, but as we talked about, the Ferrari has so much top end.
It's got some legs. It's got some legs, that's for sure. I loved driving that Ferrari. I was surprised. I typically don't like the faster road cars because they're just crazy. But I felt like the Ferrari was manageable crazy. Like it was out of control, but you were still in control.
Yeah, it really comes down to your driving style for sure. You know, again, not to give away too much information, but what I'm seeing for tire wear here and my testing is very different. So I don't know if my testing was off, or if they're driving them different, or if it's just that whole battling with other people wears your tire a lot worse. But yeah, what I'm seeing from these guys has a lot more tire wear than what I was seeing when I was doing it.
Yeah. Roxanne pulled up on my screen, just keeping track of the lead, and their tire wear. I mean, they stayed out. They're on lap 14 now, and their their back left is so low. Look at that.
Yep.
That looks like what Stiggy's front left looked like before he pitted like 5 laps ago.
Right. And that's the thing. You know, if you're able to make it last this long, and now you can do a one-stopper and use racing softs. You know, Josh, it looks like we're going to have either 2 or 3 stints of racing mediums just to make it to the end. Or maybe he's going to do 2 mediums and a soft. But that extra pit stop is
going to be costly.
Yeah.
And Fernando, he's the only one in the Aston. Fernando in the Ferrari, he should be just fine making it to the end on those mediums. Those mediums look great, actually. And he pitted fairly early as well.
Yeah, it looks like he pitted after lap 7. Yeah, at the end of lap 7. So he'll have 13 laps to try to get out of it, but with maybe it's the less fuel load that's helping these guys out quite a bit.
That makes sense. That makes sense because the fuel tank is going to be in the rear, and so the rear is lightening up, allowing there to be a little more play back there.
I would imagine we will see Roxanne come in on this lap. See if that holds true. And then we'll see if they come out on softs.
And they stay out.
Not going to come in.
Yep. They're going to try to get 4 laps on those softs, because I think after 4 laps, the softs are going to be kaput.
They have a comfortable enough lead. They can kind of ride it out. You know, again, treat this race as a test. You know, and if we get into a second split, more drivers, they've got some experience.
I don't know that Josh is going to put it on softs if he pits this lap. No, he stays out. Based on the tire wear, I feel like he probably needs to do a medium stint unless he's going to try to push this 2 more laps.
Yeah, the Aston Martin does have a lot of power, but it is the heaviest of the 3 cars. So seeing the additional tire wear on the 177 is not altogether unexpected.
I do love the way that Aston looks. And I'm a big fan of since Lawrence Stroll took over the company, their dedication to the traditional British racing green and then the fluorescent green. I'm a big fan.
It is a nice looking car. All 3 of these cars are really nice looking. I noticed in the chat, we did have Mr. Racing. He did have to duck out. It looks like He was complaining of having too much of an issue sliding that he's going to make an adjustment. Hopefully we'll see him back for a second race.
Interesting.
Oh, look at that left rear.
Yeah. Come on, there you go, in the pits.
Forced to come in.
I like that Gran Turismo adjusts for what, if you're in a road car versus a group car, and they have the jack there that you drive over, and that jack pushes you up. The detail is so good.
And we see that Roxanne does have 31% fuel left.
No fuel, they just...
With 5 laps to go, so yeah, they don't need to refuel.
That was a quick pit stop. They're already out of the pits on the racing softs, and still with a great lead on Josh Moment. So this is in the bag. Roxanne would have to royally mess up to lose this one. That's me trying to put my commentator's curse on them. Sorry,
well, we
Jay.
need to have them on camera for that to work.
Don't mess up.
Yeah, on the racing soft tires, we should see this fastest lap drop within the next couple laps here. Yeah, Josh is definitely going to have to come in. I think he's trying to stretch out this second stint in order to do softs for the last 4 laps. You know, having come in at lap 6, he's making 10 laps on this second stint. So I think he figured out something to help with the tire wear, which may change his strategy up for the second race.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm curious if he'll try to use a different car. He typically sticks with one car, but, you know, sometimes you got to change it up. I'm a big fan of changing it up. Even if it means I'm going to lose. Fernando B, looking good on tires, looking good on fuel. Sitting pretty in third. He's close enough that I think he might be able to get past Josh when Josh inevitably takes the pit stop. Stiggy a little ways back. Tires looking good. Fuel looking good.
I think everybody can make it except for Josh. I think we'll see Josh come in now. Oh, he's going to stretch it one more lap. Oh, is that tire going to last for another lap?
I so wish that Gran Turismo had blowouts.
Agreed.
Like you could run it and burst the tire. I think that would be. I think once it gets to like 10%, it could burst, or but if you take it all the way down, it would burst. Like it's kind of a gamble.
Yeah, he took that first fast corner much slower. He got it down to 142 through there. I think we were seeing drivers keep it in the mid 150s, even 160s going through that first corner. So he's trying to baby it and probably going to put the hammer down for the last 3 laps on some softs.
See if he can't maybe take that fastest lap, have something to brag about.
Well, when he comes out, he may have either Fernando or Sticky to use for a little bit of extra speed, too.
Indeed. Preferably Fernando, because he's in the Ferrari.
Roxanne still looking good on tires. On their outlap. Or no, they're done with their outlap. They just demolished the fastest lap by almost a second.
Imagine what their qualifying time would have been had they been on the softs.
Right. Yeah, they just beat the qualifying time by over a second, I believe.
Oh yeah. By
yep,
second,
and Josh coming
in the pits. Yep.
He does still have a sliver of tire. He made it. He made it last.
He made it. Fernando up into P2. We look at that beautiful Aston Martin. And, Fernando's going to have a good gap on Josh there. By the time...
Like Stiggy's going to be right behind him. Oh, it looks like Josh picked up a penalty. Oh, pit road penalty.
Track limits. Yeah, the pit line. It's such a long pit line coming out of those pits. Easy to do. I've done it.
And he is on the softs. think he's probably a little too far back to catch up to a Fernando, but this penalty is probably going to put him behind Stiggy and can then use that to try to steal the fastest lap, maybe?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it'll give us, the audience, a little bit of an exciting finish since Roxanne is 30 seconds ahead of Fernando. So we'll see how this 3-second penalty plays out.
Yeah, because he's got about a 3-second lead on Stiggy, so we'll see just how much time you lose with these penalties. I'd mentioned before that with these road cars, the penalties aren't quite as bad. See if he proves me right or wrong here. Here comes Stiggy.
Woo!
Does blow by him, so it does look like that 3-second penalty probably lost about just under 4 seconds.
Yep, and it's, well, he's going to keep the lead as they're side by side there over Stiggy. I thought he was going to drop in behind Stiggy, but he was able to have that inside line and not having to brake as hard coming off the penalty, allowing him to get a much cleaner turn there.
But now Stiggy's got the slipstream, got her all the way up to 199. I was seeing like 196 all by myself in the Corvette, so I got 3 miles an hour more by hanging with Josh there.
Good deed. Well done through that chicane. I guess now it's lap 19. They figured it out. The first few laps of trying to get my braking right there, or I would brake and think I was slowing down enough and come off the brake and then still have too much speed going into it. But Stiggy's front left is not in fighting shape.
No, with a lap and a half to go, that thing's probably going to be tough to get around these corners for this last lap and a half.
And fuel is running low for Stiggy as well. He's the only one flashing red. So that'll be another interesting thing to play out.
Look at that. Roxanne's racing softs are still like 2/3 to the good.
The tire whisperer.
Absolutely. Got that fastest lap down even further to a 136.193. So not holding back, putting in some very fast laps, but managing that tire so well. Fernando's tire's also looking pretty bad, but we are on the last lap here.
That went by a lot quicker than I had anticipated.
And to be honest, I mean, we had 5 drivers to start with, 4 now. It's gotten a bit spread out. We can get 10 or 12 people in here. This would be a very exciting 20 laps.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, really the first 13 laps had good action in it as well. You know, now that everybody's done their stints and played their hand, you know, it's just a matter of finishing. But overall, really good action, really good, clean, and respectful driving, which, you know, we love to see as Roxanne Wolf comes around and wins the first split of Event 3 of the Joker Series. Fernando B pulling in a P2 if he can finish this.
All he's got left is Parabolica. He's just got to make sure he doesn't get any oversteer.
That front,
by getting on the throttle too quick.
Yeah, the rear left. Woo! Keep it, Fernando.
Gets
he won a race last night, so he was pretty pumped. It's not easy to win a Tuesday night race these days. Josh Moment coming around in P3. He did start 5th, so fourth. Solid race there from Josh. Stiggy across the line, not too far behind. And that is it. I did see Metal. Oh, Metal has left the room. Metal, if you're watching, come back. Pole position, clean race, and victory.
Well done, Roxanne Wolf.
Save the replay. Don't forget.
Let's do that first.
I've started doing that. It's like, save the replay before you do anything.
All right, so
All right.
our results of Split 1 tonight. Roxanne Wolf with a runaway victory in the Ferrari F12. Coming in second place, we got BHR Fernando Button, also in the Ferrari. In third, we got Josh Moment doing the two-stop strategy in the Aston Martin 177. In P4, we got PHG Stiggy in the Corvette C7. Then Mr. Racing, we had a DNF in P5. Sounds like he is going to work on some sliding issues. And we hope to see him back.